Hey, good morning. Welcome to Life Online. I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but here it is. It's the coronavirus. And even at the beginning of the whole quarantine time, I'm sick. So guess what? You're stuck in the house and you're looking around and there's paint jobs that need to take place. But the first thing that I think Esther mentioned was we really need to get the deck. We need to scrub it down. We need to stain it. The more you look at it, maybe we need to replace it. It went from there to, well, the weather's not great, and so maybe we need to start painting. So we started painting. While you start painting, you end up in the kitchen, and Esther has always wanted backsplash on the kitchen countertop, so we talk about that. We visit Lowe's. When you look at the backsplash, there's this really awesome ledger stone, and it's like, I think we would really need to have this with our fireplace. And we went from that, and then all of a sudden, yesterday morning, I end up looking at an outdoor pizza oven, and I'm sitting back and watching this, and it's a DIY of how to do an outdoor pizza oven. I'm going, I really need to have one of these, and then I sit back and go, why? I don't know if that's ever happened to you, but the bottom line is I watched this video on how to do a pizza oven. It really was amazing what the guy did, because the truth is it is 10 minutes and 16 seconds. Much of it is fast forwarded. I love one of the comments as you scroll down to try to answer some other questions that you might have. And there's a guy that just goes by just my opinion. And he says this: excellent video. Thanks for none of that cheesy music or talking about how to build it for 30 minutes. And that's absolutely what he did. There was no talking. There was no cheesy music. There was nothing other than a fast forward. Step by step, it showed him super speed in 10 minutes on how to do a pizza oven. So, anyway, it made me think of this, and you're probably going to say, and where is he going to go with the devotion on this one? What's the spiritual principle? I can't help but go ahead and think. It's attributed to St. Francis of Assisi, where it's preach the gospel at all times and when necessary, use words. Well, the truth is you do the fact check, and the truth is that it's not a statement that came from St. Francis of Assisi. In fact, the closest thing you can find to it is he's got some writings where he says you should preach by their deeds. And here's the bottom line. I think there are many people that are in the world that are around us all the time, and they're tired of a religious approach and maybe some of the preachy kind of stuff. And I think that probably we're more bothered by it than even they are. Here's the bottom line. We need to live in such a way that there is an absolute alignment between our behaviors and between the things that we have to say, especially when we're sharing the gospel. In other words, when we live the gospel and live it first, it opens individuals up to go ahead and hear and listen to the gospel. So I love what 1 Peter chapter 2, verses 11 and 12, this is the Message paraphrase. Friends, this world is not your home, so don't make yourself cozy in it. In other words, don't get so acclimated to the world that you live like the rest of the world, but live in the kingdom of God. And Peter goes on and writes, don't indulge your ego at the expense of your soul. Live an exemplary life among the neighbors so that your actions will refute their prejudices. In other words, they have bias maybe against you and against your message. But when they see your exemplary life, your good works, it's going to break down some of those prejudices. And then comes this final statement. Then they'll be won over to God's side and be there to join in the celebration when He arrives. So there's a lesson from the pizza oven, and it has to do with this. Don't just throw it into cheesy words, cheesy music. Don't let that be what your life's about, but really just let it be an absolute simple demonstration of what it means to live a life that honors God, fears the Lord, but also loves people. So it's Life Online. Have an awesome day.